Hello everyone and welcome back to Charwell, the Farming Agency Edition. Now we are down at our grass field. Now that is because we are going to do some grass mowing. This is probably the final cut we can get from this for the year. And I'm looking, if possible, to make some hay. Now I do not know if that will actually be a possibility. We're about to find out. Of course, at the moment, the grass is very, very wet. We'll zoom out a little. There we go. Yeah, the grass is incredibly wet. I've got the time on ×5 at the moment because I don't want to go through too much time because I'm going to turn this grass several times and then I think we're still going to have to leave it a bit. So we're going to leave it out to try and get some hay. So I want the shortest possible time to do the mowing, and that way once the mowing's done we'll be able to just ted it and leave it. So that is the plan. So I will turn the speed time back up again, but not just yet. However, this is not actually the main job for today. The main job for today, excuse me, is to cut the sunflowers. Now, like I said, crops are very wet at the moment, and what that means is we need to let it all dry out. So I'm hoping that while I'm busy doing this job, the crops will be able to dry, and we'll be able to get started on harvesting those sunflowers. And then the only thing we've got left to do for the end of the year is the corn, which I still haven't really decided if I'm going to do the whole lot as maize silage or some as corn and some as maize silage. I might do, a mix. But yeah, I haven't really decided. And the reason I want hay from this field, by the way, is because we're going to get ourselves some sheep. I also need to have a look at the prices. I don't know when the best price to sell is, and to be perfectly honest, it's been almost, in fact it has been a complete week since I last recorded, on here anyway, so I don't know what we've got in stock. I'll have to have a look in a minute and see exactly what we've got. So yeah, in fact let's do that now, let's have a look now. So in stock we've got wheat, canola, is that it? Yeah, just wheat and canola, okay. And what are the prices? Canola, I'm pretty sure you have to wait a long time. Wheat, okay. Day 1 to day 3 of winter. Canola, oh, day 5 to 6 of autumn and day 1 of winter. So actually, not long until we're going to get ourselves a big cash boost. That'll be nice. And of course we've got loads of silage and hay sitting around the cow yard. The cows, by the way, after a bit of a disaster, letting some of them die, they are doing much better. We now have 39% health, which may not sound like the best, and it's not, but considering how low it was originally, that is a vast improvement. And look at all the dust we've got coming out of here. It's quite mad how much dust there is, really. And I'm looking forward to getting the corn finished, because once the corn is done, we are going to stick precision farming on, which means our winter job is going to be getting round those fields and getting soil samples taken. And we've got a lot of fields, and yeah, it's going to take quite a while, but it's going to be worth it. And it's the reason I've ploughed up some of the fields. I'm going to plough up more. As for the alfalfa and clover fields, I'm not quite sure what to do with those. I need to check the season's planner and see what happens if we leave the same crop in twice in a row. Normally, I would change every season apart from the grass fields. I tend to leave the grass fields as they are. I did change it on Geiselsberg, just to try and give a boost to the grass. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that again. So yeah, I need to have a look and decide whether we should replant them or not. If I remember, then when we finish this grass work, I will take a look. In fact, we'll come to a natural stopping point here. Do I have those fields in here? No, I don't. I've obviously been playing with my rotations. I have to actually store the rotations in a text file because we have so many fields and only 4 possible rotations in the planner. So I end up having to put them in a text file so that I can just import them whenever I need to. It gets very complicated. Very complicated indeed. I'm going to have to decide what we want to plant next year as well. But for that I need to get precision farming in so that we can get the soil samples taken. Because otherwise it's just going to be a bit of a mess. Okay, I am going to continue with this. I'm going to get some tedding done as well, and then once I've tedded a couple of times I'll come back to you and let you know how we are looking. So I'll see you in a little while. Here we are then. This is the last bit that it needs to be tedded. This has now been tedded twice. The kind of dark green you've got in front of you is what's called wilted grass, according to the Maize Plus manual. This is the turned grass. This is grass windrow, I think it's called. I don't remember. And one more stage is just to leave it out to dry. However, you may remember I managed to actually ted some stuff to hay previously. So what I'm going to do is just see if this will actually let me ted again, turn it all to hay. It will not. Okay. So that was possibly just because it was alfalfa. It was alfalfa hay I was making. So we have to hope now that it all dries out. That is the hope. It's not yet dry enough to do the sunflowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue time a little bit. I'm going to get these guys back to the yard. Stick him on follow me. That's engine needs to go on first. There we go. Yeah, I'll get them back to the yard, progress time, and yeah, see you when the sunflowers are ready to actually be harvested. Okay, so the sunflowers are now able to be harvested, which means I've had to turn the time down to ×1, because to be honest that was the only way of doing it. We are never going to get it done in the light otherwise, so let's get into the field. See, this is going to be the problem. I was testing this on my own game that I do with Combine Experience on there, and the wetter the crop, the denser it is, and obviously the slower the job. So this job could end up being painfully slow because we're waiting for the crop to dry out. But if I speed up time, then of course we're going to have an even bigger issue. Because if I speed up time, the crop will get a little bit drier, but it's going to get very dark very quickly. So I think we're just going to have to continue at 3 miles an hour. Painfully slow speed, really. But I can do those. Not that one. That one. Drop speed down. There we go. Noticed if you start the tractor at, say, for example, 12 miles an hour. I'm saying tractor, I mean harvester. You started at 12 miles an hour and then go into the crop. You immediately get your kilowatt percentage up to around 250%. Then the harvester drops down to 1 mile an hour because he's trying to slow down for that. But in reality, he doesn't need to be that slow. So it's a little better to start him off slowly and then he works his way down rather than go flying in. That's what I've noticed anyway. Oh, terrible glare. Imagine if you're a real farmer trying to harvest your crops at 3 miles an hour at 5 o'clock at night. You would not be best pleased, I don't think. Now I would say that I'll make whole crop silage instead, but I would have to check, but I've got a feeling I can't make whole crop silage from sunflower. So that would not work. This here, this area here that you can see, this is the reason why I said I'm going to have to do some forestry work to trim, there we go, I just got stuck. I'm going to have to do some forestry work to trim down these plants because we're just always getting caught and getting stuck and it's no good. So I need to just clear the area a little, make it easier for us to actually get around the field. Plus we can get ourselves a little bit of extra money, of course, from making wood chips or whatever we do with it. So this is a slow old job. I'm tempted to put it on a time lapse, but at the same time, it's just gonna be really slow, even as a time lapse. Let me turn that map off. So I don't really know what to suggest. If I jump cut, I don't really have anything else to do for the rest of this episode. I wonder, what would be the best thing to do? Okay, I think we will time-lapse for a bit. We need to go and check on that hay, obviously, see how that's doing. But yeah, I think we'll time-lapse for a bit, and then I'll probably end up jumping a fair amount. So, see you in a minute.
Turn me down, get my hopes up and then you're gone. I fall for every word that you say to me. So hard, being drawn to you so easily. I am stuck in a loop of chemicals. What's the point of this? But I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street, said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I've said after this time that I'm not that you leave me with this rush. Why am I so curious? So curious, so curious. So curious, so curious. Your friends have told me just to give you time. Weekends
So I'm aware that that was painful to watch in real time. I'm hoping that I will be able to speed it up enough to make it look a bit better. But we'll have to see about that. So what I've done is I've actually left it with a worker. Let me just turn the HUD back off. There we go. Yeah, left it with a worker. The worker is continuing because I just don't want to sit there. I do not want to sit there. And I most definitely do not want to record it. That would be even worse, I think. So, just clean up the cows. We're just going to do a bit of cow work, I think, to finish the episode off. The cow work is not going to be that quick. This may end up being a shorter episode than I planned, which unfortunate, but it sometimes happens. I suppose we could go and get the sheep. Now, what do our cows require? Cleanliness, yeah, we just fixed that. Water is increasing. They need some straw, they need silage, they need hay. Okay. So what have we got here? This is alfalfa silage, okay. And this is hay. This is what? Alfalfa, okay. And this one? Grass. Right, so these two are actually here for a reason. Which is, there we go, I can pick them both up at once. Ooh, I could. I wasn't making a right mess of it. And then we can go and take them over there. I do need to get that clover silage compacted. That is a job that needs to be done. But possibly a job for next time. Okay. So we should now be able to take these guys back. And we can see the hay bar is full, the clover alfalfa silage bit is full. Just a bit of grass silage needed then. Ooh. I think. There we go. We were struggling then to pick up both. And we're still struggling. Right. Let's not bother then. Let's just do one at a time. Okay. I'm trying to overcomplicate things, it seems. So we'll just pop this guy right here. I'm just trying to keep them separate so I know which ones to use first. Just makes my life a little bit easier. And I've just been to check on the hay, or the grass field at least. It has not turned to hay yet. So, I'm really hoping it will do. But we'll have to see. We're due rain, I think, very early in the morning. I'll double check in a second, but I think it's very, very early in the morning. We're expecting it. What that means is we might lose some of that that's down on the grass at the moment, on the ground at the moment. Right, let's just give him a little nudge. There we go. And we said this guy here is a grass silage bale. Silage is one thing we do not have to worry about, it appears. And I know I already mentioned it, this is a private mod, so I'm not going to rub it in, but honestly this is a really cool mod. Really enjoying it. It's very nice. So, oh wow, did they take all of that? They did. They did take it all. And how are we doing? We're now up at 41%. Okay, so we started the day at 39. We're now up at 41. We've now got 2 cows that are pregnant. Any more? 3? We've got 3 pregnant cows. Okay, that's good. We only had 1 this morning. Right. So let's take stock quickly. We could do the clover flattening, but to be honest, I want to do that with the big tractor, and the big tractor is not here. Let's have a look at the sheep. I don't know. Are they both the same? Because I've noticed, if you look here, our cow pen does not take TMR. The large cow pasture, oh, it doesn't take TMR either. So actually, we've got a TMR machine here that is never going to be used. Complete waste. We need to sell that. Right. Harvester needs to be emptied. Oh yeah, we've still got straw to... We need to blow some straw. So, sheep. Grass silage, clover silage, hay, alfalfa hay, clover hay. Then, grass silage again. Or grass, or clover, or fresh maize. And it's sugar beet and carrot. Okay. And what's the current price for sheep? Here we go. What? Not sure what the scale is on those numbers. Is that 100? I don't know. We don't have a livestock trailer, do we? No. Okay, I'm going to go and empty that sunflower, the harvester, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've made a call to the guys who deliver the animals. We're just going to buy them directly from here. So, we've got 4 types. Dorset, large breed of sheep that grows moderately fast, has modest wool production and requires a medium amount of field, relatively prolific. Okay, Merino. Merino is a medium breed used for wool production. Grows slowly, is not very prolific, but doesn't require a lot of feed. And then we've got Suffolk. Large breed of sheep that grows extremely fast, produces a modest amount of wool, requires a lot of feed as an adult, is prolific and slow maturing. And the Dorper. Medium sized that grows fast but produces no wool, very prolific and fast maturing, requires little feed as an adult. So this is good if we want to sell lambs, which I think might be a good idea. It's not something I tend to do, selling lambs, but yeah, maybe we should do that. So how much is it going to cost us? We obviously have a moving fee, which is quite high. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let's do another 10. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and maybe another 20. So that should be 40 sheep. I think that's adequate. So, confirm that. And if we go here, we've now got 40 sheep in our sheep pasture. So we're going to need to get this sorted. Let's, first of all, I'm going to have to modify this, aren't I? Which means I need to get that up because I don't remember how to do it. Okay, customize. Perfect. I think that's good. Yeah, confirm. So, this means that at least the sheep will not die from water. Something they do need is straw, which is a bit surprising, but it happens. They've got some grass in this field. Surprisingly enough, they've not got much grass. I would have thought they'd have a lot, but they don't. So we need to bring some silage over. Grass silage or clover silage, as well as hay, alfalfa hay, clover hay. Okay, we know about that. So let's go and get some silage and some hay. Right, so the New Holland is down here with the trailer. Let's just have a double check. So grass silage, clover silage, and then pretty much any type of hay. So let's go and get ourselves some silage. I'm not quite sure what we've actually got available. Now, good thing is, clover silage, we do have a lot of that. So I'm thinking what we could do is take a couple of these bales of clover silage. They're not fermented yet, but that shouldn't really be a big issue. The reason being, we only need a bit of silage to give them today. You know, we don't need to have thousands of litres of it. Let's just do that so we can stand them up nicely. Now, I'm going to try and do this well. I am not particularly good at stacking bales, especially round ones, but let's give it a go. That went better than I thought it would. So yeah, I think we'll take four clover bales. Clover silage bales, aren't they? Although at the moment they're obviously not processed. But yeah, we'll take 4 of those. 2 grass bales, grass silage. And then 4 hay, I think. And that should, I hope, be enough, at least for now. Because like I said, it only needs to last for today. I think these clover silage bales currently say 35 hours remaining. Let's do a quick check. 25 hours. Yeah, so the end of tomorrow they will actually be ready to be used. Almost impaled myself there. Yeah, so they'll be ready to use. And that means that we will be able to... we won't have to worry about giving the sheep grass silage. Now, I know I just picked up 2. That's because I'm going to change my mind slightly about what I'm doing here. It's more because of we had 2 available there. I'm going to put 1, I think, on the top. Oops. Just bulldozing my way through my own bale there. Okay. So let's just... of course, I shouldn't really be spiking a bale like this as it's silage, but if you think I'm bad with this, I mean, you should see me with a bale handling fork. What's it called? A wrapped bale fork. Oh, I'm terrible. So that's all the clover we're going to take then. And we'll just get that strap on. So now, let's go and find ourselves some grass silage. Now, what is that back there? Honestly, I should have wrapped these in different colours. That's alfalfa. So in here, what have we got? Those are all hay, obviously. That's alfalfa. That's grass. That's grass, right. So, yeah. Get ourselves some grass from down the end. Just grab that one. Okay, and one more. Like I said, this is just for tonight. Well, almost, I don't know, about to say almost smacked into the door, and then I did smack into the door. That's some excellent spiking there. I think we should call this bale simulator. We've got so many bales on the go at the moment, it's a bit ridiculous. And yeah, there was a really nice mod released that allowed you to change the colour of the bales coming out the bale wrapper, even after you bought it. And I believe that it also works for leased machinery. So we should have bought that really, and I could have colour coded my silage bales. Because at the moment it is a bit of a mystery as to what is what. I reckon we can perch one just at the back there maybe. So, hay bales. Again, I don't want to take too many, because the cows are probably the #1 priority. But the good news is, these are 6,000 litres each. So that's going to make life a little bit easier. There we go. So we need to fit, I think, a fair few on here. We'll try and spike 2 at a time here. $12,000 litres, lovely jubbly. And the harvester needs to be unloaded again. That's good. There is actually a fair amount of sunflower seed coming off of there, which is good. We put a lot of work into that sunflower field, like all of our fields, so it's nice to, it's nice to get some good money out of it. You'll notice, by the way, I've not done a single bit of this bale stacking in third person. Don't even bother asking me to. It will go wrong, I promise. Right, I'm going to get this last bale loaded. No, one more. I'm going to take one more. And then unload the harvester. After that, we'll go and feed our sheep for the first time. So I'll see you in a minute. The harvester is going again. He's not completely empty, but he's going again. And he's actually almost finished the field, which is very impressive. So we've got a food delivery here. I am assuming that they take this food in their trough. Trough? I do not know what that was. Oh, a sheep that's flying. Interesting. Yeah, I'm assuming we put the food in here. So I'm obviously going to have to put all this food away later. For now, though, let's give them one of each of those bales, I think. Just see how much they take. I can probably turn my beacon lights off as well now. Oh, I know exactly what that's about. It does happen sometimes. Sticky straps. Oh, no, wrong way. Don't knock everything off. Thank you. So let's see exactly how much of this alfalfa hay they take. Really? 700 litres? Was that it? Okay. Well, alright. They don't require much food per day, it appears. And I think I'm going to have to put all these bales into that shed, but that means I also need to, of course, move the fertilizer spreader out of the way. So, is this going to be another 790 litres? Or something a bit more? Okay, so they took almost half of that bale. Alright. We do have a little area over here, actually, that we could put the bales in. Thing is, I don't know if it has a seasons mask. And maybe it's not a good idea to let the sheep have control of their own food. They might go a little bit crazy if we let them have control over their own food. Like a child. Okay, so let's just stick the alfalfa hay bale back on here. Trying not to crush the sheep. Probably also put it back on a bit tidier. Now, yeah, I think I can just dump this trailer directly in that shed. But like I said, I need to get the fertilizer spreader moved first. So for now, we'll just get it onto here. Whoa, that was close. Okay. Strap him back up. Lovely. Oh yeah, we got an extra strap there. So, we have our sheep. And they are now fed. Which is good news. Oh, and their grass is now full. Because there's grass in the field. That's excellent. So the only thing they're missing is the sugar beet and the carrot. And they are missing some straw. Because they will produce manure for me. But yeah, we're not giving them straw at the moment. Need to go and top the cows up with straw. And that harvester is just going to continue on his own. I'll finish that before the end of the day, before we move to the next day. But for now, thank you very, very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye.